Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all well. Hope you are enjoying the Scorpio heat. I don't think it's going to last much longer. And actually, personally, I'm cool with that. So, I'm an autumn girl. I'm a winter girl. Hey ho, it's all relative. We all need it though, don't we? So, this is your general tarot reading for no fixed sign, no fixed subject. And we'll just see where the energy goes. And I'm just going to see first what is coming up on a color level, and see what is coming in for you. Okay, so think of a color, see what is coming in your mind, and if it's not the color you thought of at the end, then that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not for you. It just means that you enjoy the message anyway. All right, so let's see. So that's at the top there. Excuse me. Don't know what it's going to be. And let's begin. Okay, so let's see what is coming up for my questioners. What a first card. Starting with a major. The Wheel of Fortune. Excellent. Okay. So for a lot of you, things are changing. Things might seem that nothing happened for a long time. But with the Wheel of Fortune, the way it works is if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same results. But if we switch up our thinking, even if it takes a while, where we start to learn how to think more positive, we start to learn to embrace the unseen, we will start to see the changes, okay? You will notice the change first within yourself before you sit in on an external. So if you're not noticing anything, if you're not hearing from somebody, if you haven't got the place that you want, or whatever that is, keep with this momentum, because the Wheel of Fortune is asking you to develop what is already in you, okay? So whether or not you're naturally intuitive anyway, but you overthink, so you could water yourself down and mix up a gut feeling with anxiety, that type of thing, this is saying it doesn't serve you anymore, okay? What I do want to say is don't believe everything your mind tells you. I feel that's quite relative for a lot of you at the moment, because it just seems to be seeping in. So you could have a really positive day, but then like your anxiety about a certain situation might come to the forefront, and then it kind of spoils your good kind of journey, or momentum is clearly the word today, that you were going on, okay? So just be mindful of that. It's not real, it's just the way the mind speaks to us. And some ways it's really old patterning. If we are used to a certain thought process, we call that old programming. And like anything, like if you see a road that everyone's gone down, it has that groove and it's easier to go down that road, doesn't mean it's the right road though. There could be an amazing shortcut that is full of beautiful scenery, but no one chooses to go down that way. So start to think of your mind like that. Which road are you going to feed? And what I did see at the bottom of the deck there was the Two of Swords, okay? So she's got two options there, but she's blindfolded to them because she knows that either she can go down one road, which is one sword in her mind, this is, or another way, okay? She's got her heart chakra covered up there, meaning there might be some self-worth kind of issues going on, or building yourself up, how you talk to yourself, how you see yourself. And I'll tell you something, once you start to change that, everything around you will start to change also, okay? So a nice heads up from your guides to say, stay in alignment, stay with this kind of fruition of what you want to see, keep it in your forefront, have a vision board if you need to, but don't lose it. Don't lose sight of it because of old setbacks that happened ages ago, or what we think might happen type thing, okay? So let's see now what is coming in from an external situation. Outside influence. Well, another major, the Devil. What does this mean, I hear you say? It means that if you're questioning about a person, they're in a bit of a toxic situation right now, okay? They could be in a toxic situation with their mind. They could free themselves from it more easily than what they think at the moment, okay? Let it play out, guys. Do not feed into that illusion, which could be some of your sidetracking, okay? Second guessing, wondering, all that type of stuff, okay? If this isn't with regards to a person, then what this would mean is something is going to be coming in for you that you really like to do. So this is It could be in the form of a contract. It could be the form of like passion. Passion doesn't always mean sexually. It can be, but something you really love doing and evolving with that. Okay. But how do you keep doing the things you love doing? Is you've got to start changing the way you think about certain situations. Know what's going to come in. You can put your order into the universe and go, yes, that's going to come in. But 10 minutes later, if you go make a sandwich and forget about it, it's not going to come in. Obviously, if you want to make a sandwich, then you go make a sandwich. But don't forget your vision, your dreams, your goals, because the devil energy is wanting to come in and show you that it's all possible, that it's all going to be coming in quite nicely. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. This is what this is. But again, if it isn't, don't focus too much on the zodiac. The energy of the Capricorn is slow and steady wins the race. Okay, Capricorns are great for getting where they need to be. David Bowie was a Capricorn, and he built up. He had different styles. He was a visionary almost. And this is what's coming in for you. What are you imagining? What are you visioning? But don't expect an overnight kind of transition, especially if there's been certain areas of your life which need tweaking, which need adjusting, which need a different outlook, which needs that burst of fresh air coming in. If you think of a room that's, full of glass, and the heat is getting in, it feels quite stagnant, a bit too much, you want to get out. What do? If you can't get out, you open the windows. It's very accessible for you to do that, and what it does, it has that fluidity of air coming in, and this is what's coming in for you. Just know when to open the window when you see the opportunity when it comes in. Okay, that's a really weird analogy, but I always go with my analogies because they kind of fit at the time. Okay, so let's see where this is taking you. So after the devil, what is coming in? That one wanted to come up also. Page of Swords there, guys, right underneath there. Could be an apology coming in for you. Maybe this, if this is a person, this is what they're overthinking. Am I right? Anyway, so you've got the Strength card, which is another major. Look at this. You've got major, major, major. What I want to say to you guys, don't manipulate situations, even if it's by default. If you don't even realise you're doing it. We all do it to some degree. We have done it to some degree. But just have faith in the things that will be showing itself to you, okay? Now, as a timeline, this could be August, which is only next month. So whatever you've been waiting for, hoping for, maybe is going to come in around about then. But whatever it is, it's going to bring you into a brand new phase with regards to your emotional self. So with the Ace of Cups coming in there with the Strength card, this is excellent, a really, really good omen, because it's a peace offering. So maybe you will get an apology from somebody that's long overdue. If you don't get an apology, don't hold on to like, oh, I haven't got this, I can't move on. Yes, you can, because we have to learn how to move on from certain things if something's unfair, if something's unjust. It's their karma, guys, not yours, okay? So with the Ace of Cups coming in here, it is quite nice. I'm feeling quite a nice energy from this because it's showing that the strength was within you all along. Now, the Strength card, this is the Empress in this card here, but she's trying to tame the lion there. And what happens when you try and tame something with teeth? You might get bitten, but you don't have to get bitten in this case if you just let things be, let things play out. Don't overanalyze, don't overprocess. Don't let that little snake in your mind tell you things that aren't real, because you're going to get this sense of peace coming in for you anyway with regards to a new direction with how you feel. Okay, now remember, the feeling is always a catalyst to getting what you need, what you want type thing, and that is where the law of attraction, the law of vibration takes shape. It's thought, it's good to be clear, but it's the feeling like it's already happened. So if you're really wanting to hear from somebody, know it's coming in, okay? If you're really wanting to move home, if you're really wanting to do this, do that, whatever, just know it's coming in. Now, don't delude yourself. If you haven't spoken to somebody for like 30 years and you don't know where they are or where they're living, then chances are it might not be them coming in, okay? But whatever is coming in for you is bringing you a sense of emotional peace, because I feel it meets you halfway. So you do half the work with not giving in to the darker side of your mind and changing things that you need to be changed on a mind level. And then the universe meets you here by giving you the Ace of Cups, okay? So it's like attracts like. So we cannot always attract negative things if we refuse them on a mind level and say, no, well, this is a lesson. This is a little hurdle. This is a whatever, but I'm not being defined by it, okay? If you're questioning about a person, This looks like at the moment they're being defined by the devil energy, meaning they're being quite consumed with something, okay? So let's have a look now. Underneath the Wheel of Fortune, let's see what is coming in. That's too many. What is coming in underneath the... Thank you. You end up being the King of Swords. Now, no male or female in tarot, and it was 10-10 when I said that, meaning some old cycle has got to give, guys. And I feel it's up here. Okay? So with the King of Swords coming up, this is excellent because it shows you that there's so much more mind control that you will obtain, okay? So it's almost like the old version of you will become evident. You'll see yourself in situations where you could have reacted, knee-jerk reaction, and then you won't. And this is the time of your emotional growth, which is why the Ace of Cups is here, and bringing you a new way of thinking. It's like seeing the same thing, but you're looking at it differently. And that's a blessing, that's a beauty. And it can take years and years and years for somebody to get to that point. But with Wheel of Fortune above the King of Swords, it's saying you are the change. You are the one that can change your outlook. It's like you can get two people looking at a really positive situation, and if somebody's looking at it from a negative, they'll see the negative. We call that poverty of the soul, which is exactly what the Five of Pentacles is. So, but this isn't here. The Five of Pentacles isn't here yet. So it's a heads up to say your own gifts, your own vision is obtainable. It's right here with the Strength and the Ace of Cups. Just know it's coming in. Have faith, guys, with the Wheel of Fortune. There is the word fortune in here. And the way you articulate yourself, the way you speak, the way you soar, the way you fly almost, will just be so much more organic rather than second guessing, over analysing. When's this going to happen? Is that going to happen? What if that happens type thing, okay? So let's see how this carries on. So underneath the Devil card from an outside influence position, what is coming in? What is coming in underneath the Devil card? That was my shuffling there. What is Major? The Sun. Now look at the difference, guys. The Devil, the Sun. If this is a person you're questioning about, they're going to feel a lot happier. Maybe they have to go through their dark soul times to understand what they want and what they don't want. But the fact that you've got 4 majors here is interesting. If this isn't with regards to a person, then what this means, again, it's around about August time, okay? But you're going to feel happier. And what you've planted, those seeds you've planted on a mind level, on a business level, whatever that is, will start to grow. And you will start to see the wood for the trees. You will start to see that actually the small steps are more important than taking one big gigantic leap, not knowing where you're going to land, and then feeling defeated if it doesn't work out the way that you think it's going to work out. We call that experience. We have to go through these things. But what I want to say is there's a strong Capricorn energy coming up here because the Devil is speaking to me. And it is just basically saying, take small bites of the apple and you'll get to where you need to be. Okay, that's a strong indicator. And you're going to feel a lot better, guys. I can tell you now. And it looks like you might even start to train yourself already with how the law of attraction, with how the law of vibration works, with how the positive and the negative ions in your brain start to kind of balance out, sort of thing. Okay, so this is excellent, but you're going to see the sun, basically, is what I'm saying, and you're going to feel it. You know what I was saying about feeling, because it's coming into you, because it's coming in from an external situation. Excellent, I like it. So I'm going to see now what's under the Strength and the Ace of Cups and see what is coming in. What is coming in now underneath the Ace of Cups and the Strength card? Well, I like it. I like it, especially now as I've just seen the 9 of Cups there, which is a wish card, okay? So there's some emotional wish, guys, that you are wanting to happen here. Whether it's not just for you to feel better and not overanalyze, or whether it's just for to hear from somebody, or whatever that is. The last card in your position is the Page of Wands. So this is one of the most highest ambitious cards. So you kind of get your engine going. You really, really do. But it starts with the Wheel of Fortune, which is beautiful. And it is saying, what isn't working now for you? What isn't working? Do you know your knee-jerk reactions? Do you know what your poison is? What are you feeding? Because the Wheel of Fortune is asking you to look at that. And what made you do that in the first place? Think of a time, if you're in an unhappy situation now or you're discontented, think of a time when you were content. What were you doing at that point? Because that was your point of highest magnetism, highest frequency, basically. Go back there if you need to, even if it's on a mind level, because the Page of Wands is wanting to come in for you with this new opportunity, this new contract that's wanting to come in, this new kind of ambitious self, moving in the right direction, okay? So that foliage on the wand there is in its infancy, but it's starting to develop, it's starting to grow, it's going in the right direction, and it is in line with strength, and it's in line with the Ace of Cups. So whatever this is, it's making you feel emotionally happy. It's making you feel excellent. It's making you feel really, really good. This could be you communicating with somebody also who you haven't spoken to for a while. So I'm actually going to ask about that. So I'm going to see now, just to clarify for the Page of Wands only, what is coming in. Knight of Swords, so a younger air sign could be getting in touch with you. But what was the clarifier for the Page of Wands is the Three of Pentacles, okay? So this is recognition, basically. So if you feel like you're not being recognized at work or home or who you are as a person, then this is going to be coming in. So your efforts with yourself are so much more important first because it comes in anyway. It just comes in. It just comes in like a magnet to you. This can mean promotion, so some of you could be promoted. This could be pay rises also, okay? So be optimistic for that. If you're working on a business, then this is more money through ventures that you're doing coming into you also. But you're putting yourself on this pedestal, and you could have done it so many times to other people, but never done it to yourself. So can you see how your thinking is sparking off this amazing kind of cycle, which is asking you to enter into this new cycle? And the reason why I know it's a new cycle is because of the amount of major arcana coming in and the fact that you've got an ace in the same spread as well, okay? So question, what is it you need to get rid of? But also question, what are you looking forward to? What is it you really wanting? And if it has no sense of attachment or need, then keep doing it. If it does have a sense of attachment or need, get rid of it. Try as much as possible to stay in the present moment with your vision of how you want things to be, with how you're going to feel, because I can tell you now, the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles is such a nice place to be in, guys. Now, with the Page and the Three, what it is saying to you, don't stop there because it's a Minor and a Court card. This isn't like the final destination, but this is, you're going to taste that sweet spot and you're not going to want to revert back to how things were before, okay? Let's have a look for an overall clarifier and see what is coming in. Finding your sweet spot. This is exactly what it is. That's too many. They flew and they were upside down. I don't read reversals in a general spread. That's only in private spreads. So let's see now. So can I have a clarifier, please, for this? I want to ask the cards. Clarifier, overall energy for this. What is coming in for my questioners? Almost. I'm going to read those two. Double strength energy. Look at this. Strong energy, guys, is the strength card. Strong August energy. Also, what I'm saying to you now is it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, okay? Don't always try and put on the brave face like, oh, everything's fine. I'm just so got myself together. If you don't feel like you got yourself together, it's all right. It's a moment in time. It doesn't have to be your destination. It clearly isn't, because you've got all the good stuff coming in anyway. But if you feel a certain way, embrace that, but don't hold on to it and allow it to be, okay? Just be in this moment in time. You have the strength, you have the vulnerability, and put them in alignment. And this came out before, I think, I can't remember. But this is showing that there is a sense of what I want to say is, don't prejudge something you don't know much about because of a certain cycle, if that makes any sort of sense. Don't think, oh, this is going to happen, I've seen this before. Allowing that vulnerable side to be too vulnerable where you're exposing yourself to anxiety. The other side of that is putting too much of a visage on and not allowing that to penetrate to a degree, and then having too many barriers up. So again, it's getting that kind of sweet balance. Okay, now what is coming up next to it is the death rebirth. There's death and rebirth in this card, meaning if you look through the hood there is a brand new horizon. There is an excellent kind of magical almost destination for you, basically meaning this is wanting to come in. This new phase is wanting to come in, and maybe it will after August or during August, whenever that is. Okay, but this is saying to you that don't consider yourself to be unlucky. Don't consider yourself to be this always happens to me, because it's just a switch up in your thinking, which is why the Wheel of Fortune is coming up, and it's ending with a major. Well, starts with a major, ends with a major. And I'll tell you something, the clarifier cards are all majors as well. This is a pivotal point for you. This is a pivotal point for your thinking. This is a pivotal point for you to get into alignment, and do not let anyone or anything sway you off that way. You're too vulnerable and you're just absorbing the what ifs. Could this happen? Could that happen? Okay. I do feel for a lot of you, if you're sensing the energies of other people, they don't have to be in front of you, and you're thinking about them, have a moment of doing that, but know when to leave it as well. Again, it's that whole manipulation. Don't think, oh, do I message them or do I check them up on Facebook or whatever, because you get half a story, half-baked sort of stuff, and then you'll make up your own reality type thing. Okay, you don't need that when you're on this momentum, because it's part of the cloud, the smoke and mirrors that don't belong in your psyche anymore. Okay, did you think of a color? Let's see what is coming up for you. You've got chocolate, which is nourish your mind, body and soul, and this kind of encapsulates this. Okay, now the death card is number 13, and this color card is also number 13. People think it's an unlucky number, but actually if you look it back, it's a very lucky number. Okay, it's a very spiritual number, it's a very holistic number, if there is such a thing as a holistic number, but it's coming in to say you are your number one. Okay, and I don't mean that in a selfish way, but your mind, body and soul need to get into alignment with your solar plexus, with your heart chakra energy, and the rebirth will come when we get into alignment. 2 13s here, guys, so there is so much synchronicity in this reading, and I feel a lot of you need a push, and that's all. Okay, and if your lesson, if your message even is to watch this reading and think, yeah, actually I do need a push, I do need to champion myself a lot more, then take this message. Okay, but just know there is an elevation with regards to how you're going to be feeling. There is an elevation to what you're going to be seeing. Again, promotions, pay rises, even with recognition if you felt lost or unseen with regards to a certain person or situation. But know that will come in organically. Don't try and force that to happen, okay? And don't put your self-worth on that sort of stuff either, all right? Guys, that is your Tuesday, I was going to say Sunday then, Tuesday evening tarot reading. Hope it made sense. If not, don't worry about it, because just don't. And I will see you on Sunday, where I will be doing another one during the day at some point. Okay, so you enjoy your Tuesday evening. Have a great week. Enjoy the weather. Do whatever. Do what gets your soul happy. Listen to high vibe music. That's what I always do. And take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye now.